Hey, shalom, shalom, everyone. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, y'all ready?
Yep.
Welcome to Story Time. Story Time. Story Time. Okay.
What's up?
I know it looks like I'm by myself, but
She ain't. Bonnie G.
Bonnie G in the place to be. Hey, is over there working, doing hair. And so I'm on camera, but you're gonna hear her voice.
That's right, y'all.
All through it, because you know how she is. And everyone knows who I am.
Auntie Shelly on the beat.
So we welcome everyone. Today our scripture comes from Jude or Yahuda, chapter 1, verse 24. Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise Elohim, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and forever. Not really sure she does 25 too, but you got it today. Okay, so I know I'm forgetting something, and it is today. We are in the fourth book of Ezra, which is in our Sefer. It will not be in your 66.
No, ma'am.
If you do not have a Sefer, you can go to sefer.net. Not .com, .net. And don't forget to take advantage of the Storytime discount. In the story time, the O is a 0 and the E is a 3 because we're going back to the covenant. Y'all know what's going on. Okay, so like I said, we are in the book of Ezra. And for those of you who were on yesterday, we had a bit of a where is this place? Where are these 10 tribes? Because the book of Ezra was telling us about Azareth and what's the other name of that place? Parath. And so I'm going to give you an update on that. So today I looked up Azareth and I was like, trying to find maps and trying to find where it is, but they talk around things, so you can't be like, that's not really telling me anything. But so while I was searching, I came across a Thoughts Camera action video that said Azareth, America or Africa.
No way.
Wow. Unfortunately, it was 4:00 and no, it was 4:30. And it was an hour and something long, so I didn't get a chance to look at it. But it's the first thing I'm gonna look at tomorrow. But you know me, I had to be nosy, so I was like spotting it, like, oh, I got at least a few more minutes before I get dressed for story time. It looks like it's gonna be ending up in Africa.
Oh wow!
So, but stay tuned. And then I also looked up Parath because it said they entered through Parath again. They don't really tell you nothing, but they were still on that side where Africa is. Like it was like in the Middle East by Babylon and all this, all those places. So that's where it looks like it's going to be. And that I know I've heard a lot that the Hebrews came to America. So, but if you don't know where these places are, you can easily kind of get thrown off. And he also mentioned that the book that they say Columbus is in, where he, was coming, where he was traveling, he needed someone Hebrew. That the part where he said something about America being where they were. He didn't actually say that. He said, I'm going to show you the book in a minute, but we're going to take you to the page. But of course, I didn't get to see it. I'll look at it tomorrow. Also, what made me think when Sister Bonnie yesterday recognized that was a sneaker that dude had. What's his name? Yeezy?
Oh, yeah,
Kanye.
Kanye West.
Kanye. And he always dropping like
nuggets,
little
he
nuggets.
Named it,
the same place as this. So sometimes, hey, I'm gonna even tell you, sometimes when I was doing research and it had like a Kanye rant, I was all for it. I was listening to it because he be dropping some nuggets, and then they say he crazy. I'll be like, yeah, it sound like he was telling the truth. So could be like a little breadcrumb, but stay tuned. If anyone else has looked it up, let us know. Let me just look on here. Let us know. So like I said, we're going to pick it up where we left off yesterday, and he's trying to tell us, when he's not trying to tell us, he's basically telling us where those 10 tribes are. Mm-hmm. We just can't find them because our maps are jacked up. Yeah. That's the only reason why we can't find them. And so this is one of them times I need to throw my shades on and say, I want my daddy's records. I believe they in the bottom of one of them Ivy League schools in the basement, Yale, Princeton, because the Vatican, one of them places. Because they got all our stuff. They got the maps. They know the original name of everything. They got the land division. They know everything.
They sure do.
So
remember, it's the Ivy League.
That Ivy League got a bunch of our stuff.
Remember, that's what they had when they made that Ivy. What was it? That gave them. What book was that?
That was Maccabees, I believe.
Maccabees.
Yeah, Maccabees. That's why I took Maccabees. Maccabees be bringing out that history, and also when you think about Maccabees, that some of our own were turning against us, mm-hmm. going the way of the Greeks, just mm-hmm. like they are now. And
that's why when they pledging, it's going against.
Yes,
it's a trick.
Yeah. So we don't even belong in them little Ivy League schools and all that pledging and all. You've gone the way of the Greeks, and most of those people is where they get the boule from. Mm-hmm. The ones they let in those schools, that's where they get the boule from, where they think they're going to control us. So. Remember, we always say every time, just because somebody on skin color don't mean they you. Yeah. And some of them are Hebrew, but that don't mean they us. That don't mean they with Yahweh. That don't mean they rocking with us. They somebody that's going to sell us out. So keeping all that in mind, I'm going to look at that. The thing tomorrow, everybody is welcome. It's an In Thoughts Camera Action, and it's called Ezra America or Africa. So looking forward. Shalom, Sister Nishan. Okay, so like I said, you'll hear Bonnie G in the background.
Yes, ma'am.
Lolo might throw in a couple of things too. So let us start. We're in Ezra 4, chapter 15. And we left off on verse 56. And remember, he has just basically told us where the 10 tribes were, but we don't know. We still don't know. We know, but we don't know. And so let's do this. I was trying to think. Okay, let's do this. 56. Like as you have done unto my, he's telling them everything they've done unto his chosen is going to come back on them.
They done some stuff.
They done some crazy stuff to us. Verse 56. Like as you have done unto my chosen, says Yahuwah, even so shall Elohim do unto you, and shall deliver you into mischief. Your children shall die of hunger, and you shall fall through the sword, which means you're going to die. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Remember, Mashiach told Peter that. Your city shall be broken down, and all yours shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. They are going to be so hungry. They are going to eat their own flesh and drink their own blood because they're thirsty. Think about that for a minute. Like, how do you even, are you gonna, I can't even begin to think about you eating your own flesh. Like, are you gonna cut a piece off your arm, a piece off your leg? It seems like one time I read this book or saw this movie where someone was actually doing it, but it was a doctor that was stranded, so he knew how to cut off the blood things and cut himself up, and he just was eating himself. But imagine being so hungry and thirsty, because blood don't quench thirst. I just don't see, but you are so desperate that that's what you're going to be doing. Verse 59, you as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. So no matter where you go, even if you get away from the place where there was no water and no nothing to eat, however you try to get away, you're just going to receive a new set of plagues. And in the passage they shall rush on the idle city and shall destroy some portion of your land and consume part of your glory and shall return to Babel that was destroyed. And you shall be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto you as fire, and shall consume you and your cities, your lands and your mountains, all your woods and your fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire. In other words, they're not going to leave you anything.
What chapter?
We are in chapter 15 right now. And I just read 62. Now 63. Your children shall they carry away captive, and look what you have. They shall spoil it and mar the beauty of your face. So they're taking your children.
Wow.
They're jacking you up. Because
Right.
sometimes your children are the beauty of your face sometimes. But they're going to mar the beauty of your face. They're going to take your children and carry them away captive. And don't think they're going to carry your children away captive just to be nice. These are not a bunch of nice people that, oh, their parents see them, but the kids didn't do nothing. Let's take them home and put them in the nursery and raise them as our own. Don't fall for the okie doke. They mean harm to your children just like you meant harm to our children. When Pharaoh threw our children in the sea, in the Nile, he meant them harm. When Herod went over after the kids, that ain't happened yet. Sorry, so we won't mention it. But each time if they came for our children, they didn't mean them any good. They didn't mean them any good. It was to destroy them, to kill them. Even some of their captivity, if you look at some of the kings, they were eating their children. They resorted to eating their children because they were just in that predicament. They didn't really have to, but they did. Verse 16, woe unto you, Babel and Asia. Woe be unto you, Mitzrayim or Egypt and Aram. And I was looking at Thoughts Camera Action today because I was reading the background on the Canaanites. And Asia, we got a whole bunch of people's names mixed up.
What you mean?
Asia was mostly India, what we now call India.
What?
Indians, so it's like the original name. So what they did was Chinese. You all have to look at this. Like it's called the Canaanite, I want to say revolution, but Linda knows what I'm talking about. And it traces who the Canaanites are from the curse. And you know how they say, especially the Mormons, like the curse turns you black.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the curse turns you lighter because you have albinism, which is albinoism, and that the vast majority of China, the Chinese, are really the Canaanites. It went through their history. It went through how they are really the servants. It went to who their president is now and said, if you think we gonna keep on, taking this, you're wrong. We will crush you with our iron wall or something like that, he was saying. Because if you really think about it, like we can really think, like here we have it bad, but when you think about China, how they treat their work, if you just look at a Walmart, the history of Walmart, oh man, they are treated so bad. But their prophecy was they will be a servant to everyone. And that's why all of our goods come from them, but they hardly get any money. And so the man who's in charge of China now, he's like, no more. That's why they coming and trying to come all up into Africa, taking over stuff. Like we ain't take this no more. But some of us, that are on that continent. I'm just saying Africa now because. But Africa does not all belong to Ham. They're trying to go in there and colonize it because they said, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to do this to you. And remember, Canaan was the one that tried to take over some of Shem's land, and his own father told him, Ham told him, don't do it. You're going to be cursed. You're going to be cursed. They're going to do something to your children. Don't do it. So it's very interesting. So it's 3 hours. It took me 3 days to look at it because I have to do work and all that, but it's very interesting. But baby got receipts. He got receipts. History, everything. Stuff we never even thought to look at them as the Canaanites. But from their name, everything. It's really interesting. Okay, 16. I'm going to start with one again. Woe unto you, Babel and Asia. Woe be unto you, Mitzrayim or Egypt and Aram. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? So we don't care who it is. Because Yahuwah is going to avenge all these people. And don't think China is as big as you think it is, because it's not. Verse 4, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Once Yahuwah starts judging, there's nothing you could do. And we read about it. It was either yesterday or one day last week. Like, you can't come before the forces. You can't win. You cannot win against nature. Man has never fought a fight with nature and won. Never. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't beat a hailstorm. You can't beat lightning. You don't even know where it's going to strike. You have no idea. You can't defend yourself against water, tidal waves, anything. Nature has always won because Yahuwah Sebaoth is the commander of those things. You can't win.
And the crazy thing is that Hasatan has really got these people thinking that they really could win.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they really think they're gonna win, and they're not. That's why it's woe, 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 woe unto you. See, you picked the wrong side. Pick the wrong side.
You wait till death to find out you picked the wrong side.
Yep, that's just sad. Don't do it. Don't wait till death to know you picked the wrong side. Live. Verse 5. Verse 6. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it has begun to burn? May one turn away the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? El Yahuwah sends the plagues. And who is he that can drive them away? Nobody. He says, can you defeat a lion? You. Don't bring in Grandpa David because he on the right side. He has Yahuwah on his side, so Yahuwah can command the lion to just sit down. Lion, the bear, or whatever is attacking. But can you do it? If the archer is really strong, can you catch his arrow? No. Can you really put out a raging fire? No. You can't. So he says, you're not going to be able to stop Yahuwah or Yahuwah. Verse 10, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? Like I said, you don't even know when lightning is going to strike. He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? And we may not be, some of us may not be afraid of thunder and lightning right now because we read Enoch. We know Yahuwah even commands all that, and it is meant for something, but the world out there does not know. And every time they hear thunder, they are quaking, and lightning, you don't know when it's going to strike. They don't like that. Yahuwah shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quakes and the foundations thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fish thereof also before Yahuwah and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bends the bow. His arrows that he shoots are sharp and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So it says when Yahuwah starts shooting shots, they're not going to miss. They're not. You ain't in the matrix. You ain't going to be all, not with Yahuwah's arrows, Yahuwah's arrows. He's not going to miss.
He said, yeah.
Exactly.
They go in too.
Exactly. I hope y'all heard her. Lola said those arrows have a divine apartment. So somebody said they're going to clock in. They're going to be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. And it's nothing you could do. He said even when he commands the like tidal waves and all that, he says even the waves are troubled and the fish be like, oh no, what's going on? Yahuwah on the move. Like, but I got to do what he say do. If I got to get washed up on the shore, hey. But it's said, because remember, creation is alive. And they can't stop it either. Marine kingdom, they can't stop it either. No one will be able to stop Yahuwah. 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So once them plagues hit, it's not returning to him void. It's going to do it's going to accomplish what it was meant to do.
Very much like we are.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returns not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Like I said, this is not the matrix. When Yahuwah sends a judgment, they're going to be like, you know how the bullets went back? He said, no, not when Yahuwah sends them. They're not going backwards. The arrow wouldn't dare. The arrow wouldn't dare go backwards. Not when it comes from Yahuwah.
Plus, the arrow's going to get judged too.
Yes. Because remember, creation is alive. Because the very wood the arrow was made from comes from a tree, or even if it's metal, because we know they got those, you know what they call crossbows. It all has to answer. If he tells you to go hit them in the forehead, that arrow better not hit you in the knee. It better go straight for your forehead, or it's in trouble. Verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Who gonna deliver you in those days? Ask yourself the question now. 18.
That's that same energy in Job. Job 38.
Yep. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Ask yourself the question now, because you're not going to escape. Not gonna happen. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. In other words, you know what scourging is. It's like a whooping. All that's your whooping. Get your chastisement now from Yahuwah.
Yeah.
Get it now, because that means he loves you. In this day, yeah, not so much. Verse 20. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges. So he said, even when this stuff starts to hit, some people are still not going to turn from their wickedness.
That's wicked.
They still going to think that Azazel and the crew going to come help them.
Meanwhile, Azazel, as you know, his MO, he be out.
Yeah, and where he at right now? Where he at while y'all going through all this? Shouldn't he be defending you? Like, he gone. We always know he hit his mark, and if he even hit it, he gone. He dropped something on the ground before it hit the ground, he gone. He ain't standing by you. Verse 21. Behold, victuals or food shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So it says even those, and we know that there's a lot of emphasis like on prepping because we don't know what to come. He said, I don't care if your house is full of food, or you like that man that built the barn and said, oh, I'm cool all the days of my life. Well, guess what? You ain't going to die of starvation because you got some apples put away. But you're going to die by the sword. So now what good are the apples?
And you know what's the trip too, Auntie, is that even though people don't even realize, but they be famine in a spirit.
Yeah.
Like your cabinet can be full as all get out.
Yep.
But your spirit is famished, starved.
Yep.
And you can't hear nothing.
Yep.
Yep. There's a lot of evil, wealthy people that know what's going on, that's storing up, but the sword ain't gonna miss.
Exactly. And it makes me think about Lola, remember you were talking about this morning, how these doctors are taking all these drugs. I think they sense like what is going on in this world and they can't deal with it. They don't know how to deal with it. So they popping pills and doing drugs and doing crap. They're trying to deal with this situation that is going on because some of them know, but they can't say anything because they probably got threatened. Their family probably got threatened.
They took an oath.
Yeah, they took that. Oh, some of them know, but and their spirit is just restless because they know they're wrong, because they're doing all this for a few dollars, but they are not happy. Their spirit, like Sister Bonnie G in The Place to Be said,
Hey.
They are not good with this. There's something restless inside of them. I haven't been checking the little chat. Y'all might have been throwing something. Yes, that's right, Sister Gwen. Wherever you go, the arrow go. Yeah. If it's aimed at you, you can run all you want. The arrow just got to change direction because all the arrow knows is to hit you in the forehead. So the arrow gonna chase you. The arrow gonna chase you till it gets where it's going. Brother Morgan, that's right. They gonna learn today. Yes, they are. Sad time to learn. Just learn it now. That's my advice. And in a minute, I'm gonna know where I left off. hey. Okay, 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. Y'all do know what dung is, right?
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Zoe, don't you repeat that.
And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, but who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So he said, when they come through, when the army, the United Nations, whoever they got sending through with all the things, if you manage to hide, they're saying it's going to be a few people that manage to hide. But the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through.
So she's not gonna. The earth is not gonna yield fruit. Mm-mm. Even if you hide, you can't try to make your own garden. Mm-mm. None of that. She's not gonna yield to nothing.
Yep. Because remember, creation is alive. It made me think of, I don't know if everyone has seen, there might be some newer ones that have come out since then, Mad Max. The only one I've ever seen was the one that's called Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. And the only reason I looked at that because I was like, oh, a movie Tina Turner in. But this was out a while ago. And it's set in a scene where everything is destroyed. And the few people that were left were making its way to this place, the Thunderdome. And the Thunderdome was evil. They was putting people in cages, having them fight. Tina Turner, I think she was the queen of the place. Somebody, if you've seen it, they had this Thunderdome. They were fighting. And then there was a group of people that came through that, they talked all nice, and of course they were not melanated, and we have to get away from the Thunderdome and go start like this new whatever. Whatever. They got that from this, where everything is desolate, so everybody's going to try to find each other. Or The Stand. If anyone's seen The Stand, that book by Stephen King, they made it into a movie where it started off as a cold. Like it started off as COVID, and everybody just was dying, falling off, dying. So all the people who were left, the remnant, found their way. And the old lady we read about in, I think it was Hermes. Where was the tower?
Hermes.
The old black lady that was in Hermes is in The Stand. She's also in The Matrix. They just stole all our stuff. So a bunch of movies are telling us this. They got that stuff from our history books.
That's why it's so uninspired. So inspired, because if you read that, then you will know, like, wait a minute. You can't tell me it's uninspired when you're putting it out movies.
Yes. You just don't want us to see.
You gain inspiration from what you call uninspired.
Yes.
Because as we read, we'd be like, oh, that's that movie, that's this.
And they've been new. I'm telling you. I want my daddy's records. Y'all got them in them Ivy League schools and in that Vatican. That's all right, because one day they're going to find their way home.
And on top of that, you can't really use them. It's like the book of Eli. When that man finally got the Bible, it was in Braille. And it was in a Gentile's hand.
Yep.
And he couldn't even use it.
Couldn't use it. And the falling got you thinking, okay, this is the real map. All y'all got to do is hide this and hide this. Y'all been hiding that stuff for years, and guess what? Now we found it.
We found it. It don't matter how long it took us to find it. We found it.
it's going to return to its original owners. And we are not paying you for it. No, we are not renting it. We're not letting you give it to us on loan. It's mine. I want my daddy records.
That's right.
We coming to claim what is ours. Verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no men. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their men shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of Yahuwah. Behold the word, capital W, of Yahuwah. Receive it, believe not the Elohim small e, of whom Yahuwah spoke. So don't believe the gods of this world. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month brings forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child comes forth, they slack not a moment. Ooh, some people be in labor too long. 2, 3 hours.
Longer than that.
Only supposed to be in labor 2, 3 hours. Push the baby out. Let's get to getting. Nah, they be having you in there for. Sometimes I think that's that. Yep, that stuff they shoot all up inside you.
We're
No,
not supposed to be laying back. We're supposed to be standing up.
Right. I believe if you stood up, that baby the gravity.
Yeah. That's the baby
Gravity. That baby coming out. Plop. Okay. 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, which means you don't belong here. We passing through. He that sails, let him be as he that flees away, and he that buys as one that will lose. He that occupies merchandise, as he that has no profit by it. And he that builds, as he that shall not dwell therein. He that sows, as if he should not reap. So also he that plants the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they shall not get no children. And they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain, labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, says Yahuwah. So he says, you're going to go taking over things that's not yours. So he says, when you, see, this is what happened when you become too attached to the things of the world. Even the things we have, I should say, don't become attached. At any minute, Yahuwah could say, let's roll. Leave all that behind, let's go. Don't be Lot's wife.
Right.
Or don't be staying. He says at any moment, because, and those who come through thinking, ooh, I got this, I'm going to steal it, I'm going to do whatever he says, it's not going to do you any good either. You're going to put on somebody else's jewelry, live in their houses, and it says, but Yahuwah is going to be angry.
Well, look, because we didn't done that, right? Mm-hmm. We took on the heathen ways,
yes,
and put on their ways,
mm-hmm.
and Yahuwah is not pleased. You know, that's why he told us to come out of her, my people.
Yes, because, and not only that, but our whole mindset as Hebrews has changed. If we look at how our our ancestors in the Bible, whatever. We have always treated the earth right. I mean, except for when we were in disobedience. Right now, I'm going to deal with obedience. When we kept the Sabbath for the land, we show respect for His creation. We okay. If we walk in the dirt, don't you know that's better than walking on with shoes on?
Yeah, and then people knew.
All this stuff in the dirt is what you're made out of. It's good for you. You're picking it up, it's going in your skin. Remember, how were you made? From dirt. From dirt. Clean dirt, but it's still from dirt. Original, we were made from dirt. All these vitamins, minerals, all this stuff is in the dirt. But because we become westernized, and this was even way back in the Maccabees, we too busy looking at what the heathen did. How the heathen got some shoes on, or the heathen look at what they dressed in this show looked pretty. It might have looked pretty, but it wasn't the best thing. It was not the best thing. Our clothes were 100% cotton or 100% linen. We wasn't putting on no polyester stuff that make you all itch, made out of all kind of whatever it is. It's made out of. We wasn't wearing all that. We was wearing the real material and the real nice cotton. And if any of you, I actually have this dress that, because this guy, he's in Bayview, actually. He has an African shop. He goes to Africa and he gets things, from Africa and brings them over. He brought over this dress that was made in Ethiopia. It's made out of 100% cotton, right? I look at this dress. I'm expecting it. Why isn't this thing white? Because that's not the color cotton. It was like this off kind of white. But when I put that dress on, let me tell y'all, it was so soft. I still got the dress, actually. It's so soft against your skin. My skin was like, oh, and it's 100% cotton. And it don't look, you know how we buy things that's cotton and it's all white and it look all smooth? That's not how it really, really looks. We were better off doing things ourselves with the way Yahuwah intended it to be. Stop trying to be like the other people. They stuff is all chemically and they put all kind of stuff in theirs. They don't care. So he says Yahuwah is going to be upset. Okay, let me look at some of the comments. I see a bunch of oh, okay. Rangi, how you say her name? Rangi.
Oh, Rangi.
Rangi. Hey. She said, oh, Hermes, I heard that from giving. Or okay. Rub dirt on your grades, you'll be fine. So like you mean like if you fall down, you rub dirt on it, you'll be fine. Yes, I totally believe that. Matter of fact, I was reading something one time where it says, especially if you grow your own food, you don't have to get every ounce of dirt out off of it. That dirt, okay, now they got a bunch of poison and stuff, but if you go out further enough where the dirt is still good, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's why we used to play in the dirt. We used to make mud pies, all that before they start jacking the ground up. Ain't nothing happened to us. We barely even got sick.
We sure did.
All of us, well, at least my age group, we sometimes eat dirt sometimes.
Yeah, mine too.
Pull like little grass, that little grass. I didn't like it, so I tried it once.
Grass?
That grass, what's it called?
Sour grass?
Yeah. My sisters used to tear that up. They used to love it. I was like, yeah, I just don't like it. I just don't like that grass. It was a little bit too sour for me, but hey, nothing happened to us. We didn't die. We're just as healthy. We were healthier then.
Yep, we so were.
Maybe that's what we need to do for all the sickness. Go eat some dirt. Fresh dirt, though, y'all. Don't go by the chemical plant and get the dirt.
Right.
Go way out to the country where they don't even have the G5 towers.
Oh yeah, that might be impossible to find.
Yeah, or you'd have to go like almost to another country. They probably got it in Billings, Montana.
Yeah, you're right.
And I lost my spot
49.
again. Oh, thank you. Verse 49. Oh, what are we doing for time? Like as a whore envies a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decks herself and shall accuse her to her face. When he comes, that shall defend him that diligently searches out every sin upon earth. Listen to that. Like as a whore envies a right, honest, and virtuous woman. She hates you because you're right and honest, and she is like she is. Now, some of them are that way just because they want to be. Some of them are like that because they think they have no other choice. And that's when we come in and let them know, no, you do have another choice. But there are going to be some people who hate you just because you're you, just because you're righteous, just because you belong to Yahuwah. So get ready for it. I'm sure probably all of us have experienced that. So just get ready. It's not nothing unusual. 51. And therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the works thereof. I must have missed this.
So I think that was like about the whoredoms, right? The whoredoms.
Oh, yes.
Don't be like them.
Sit about the earth. Don't be like them. Yes.
Yeah.
For yet a
Some
little.
some whoredom tendencies. I ain't lying. They may not be on the corner.
But yeah, if you selling yourself.
You sure got some characteristics that remind me of somebody.
Yeah. If you selling yourself any kind of way, that's what a whore is. It ain't just, the lady on the corner, however much it costs. I don't know, $20. I don't know. It ain't, it ain't just her, So if you selling yourself, and don't fool yourself, women and men. Just because he bought you a $50 dinner, you still a hoe.
Well,
for a $50 dinner. I'm just saying, keeping it real. Whatever, how much it costs, whether it's Mickey D's, whatever. Keep it closed till you get married. Keep your legs closed till you get married. That's all I'm gonna say. Because no matter, the price is the price. If you sold yourself, you sold yourself. Sorry. Don't fire me.
I'm sorry, that was you said it, and not me. That show would have pulled my car.
I understand. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay. Verse 53. Or I'm on 52?
I think 51.
Okay, 51. And therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the works thereof. For yet a little, and iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. He says, when you resort to all that wickedness and evil ways, it's only going to be for a short time. Compared to forever, you just did that for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes worth of evilness, and now you got forever to pay for it. Don't do it. 53. Let not the sinner say that he has not sinned, for Elohim shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which says before Yahuwah Elohim and his glory, I have not sinned. And remember, we read about somebody that did that. Tried to come all up at Yahuwah and say, I didn't sin. And Yahuwah was like,
don't you know,
who you think you're talking to? You thought you was in court. Oh, you thought you had a lawyer. Nah, dude, you sinned and ran it. That's what. Look, Yahuwah ain't playing. Y'all stop thinking he's some little fairy tale that's gonna grant your wishes, your 3 wishes, and he just love everybody and judgment ain't coming. No. Listen to these words. Verse 54. Behold, Yahuwah knows all the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts, which spoke but the word, let the earth be made, and it was made. Let the heaven be made, and it was created. In his word were the stars made, and he knows the number of them. He searches the deep and the treasures thereof. He has measured the sea and what it contains. He has shut the sea in the midst of the waters, and with his word has he hanged the earth upon the waters. He spreads out the heavens like a vault. Upon the waters he has bounded it. In the desert has he made springs of water and pools upon the tops of the mountains, that the floods might pour down from the high rocks to water the earth. He made man and put his heart in the midst of the body and gave him breath, life, and understanding. Yea, and the Ruach Al Shaddai, which made all these things and searches out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knows your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide them their sin. Therefore has Yahuwah exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. And when your sins are brought forth, you shall be ashamed before men, and your own sin shall be your accusers in that day.
Wow, your own sin is gonna go accuse.
Your own sin.
Man, you ain't got no friends. Okay?
He said, if you think you finna stand before Yahuwah talking about I haven't sinned, look, I need you to.
Like, remember?
Yep. I need you to check his background. He said, let there, and there was. He knows them. He said, surely he knows your imaginations of your heart, your inventions. And he gonna put you to shame. And can you imagine and I wonder if it's something like you just gonna tell yourself your mouth gonna open.
Right.
And just start talking. Your sin, your own sin. Okay, so you got the sun, the moon, the stars, the clouds, the dew, the rain, everything we learned this in Enoch is a witness against you. Now you got your own sin. You got the angels that all went up there recording everything. So you got creation, you got heaven, you got Yahuwah himself, and now your own sins is going to tell on you. I don't know what that's going to look like, because I'm confessing my sins. I don't want none of my sins popping up talking, you forgot to confess that one. No. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna read some of these. Might accept nickels too.
That's like somebody saying, yeah, I wasn't trying to lie to her, but I was just trying to sweet talk her a little bit.
I mean, nothing but it.
But you're a liar.
You're a liar. You are a liar. Don't do it.
Okay, thank you.
Don't do it, yo. And then your mouth gonna go, yes, it was, he lied. It's gonna come out your mouth. That's just bad.
Into confession.
Huh?
Confess. You got to confess.
That's right.
You have to.
Wow. So don't. If you think you like thinking about what you gonna say in that day, you got it all written down, child. Who's gonna be looking at you like this? Like, for real? Did you really think you was good? You tried. You tried. You failed, but you tried. Your own sin is gonna tell on you. I have no idea where I am. 66. What will ye do? Or how will ye hide your sins before Elohim and his angels? Behold, Elohim himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall Elohim lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. Don't even meddle with them. That means don't play with your past sins. If you know you have a weakness, don't do it. Don't go near it. Don't go toying with it, talk about, oh, I can handle it now, or I think I can handle it. No, the minute you say I think, stay away. The minute you say one more time, that means stay away. Don't go back to it. Forget it. Leave it behind. 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahuwah. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahuwah. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye beloved, says Yahuwah, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for Elohim is your guide, and the guide of them who guard my commandments and precepts, says Yahuwah Elohim. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. So he's saying, look, all of us who have chosen Yahuwah, guard the commandments, guard the Shabbat. We know what our assignment is. Guard it. Follow it. Do what he tells you to do. Because remember, there's only a remnant, because some people going to just give up, like, I just can't do this. He said, don't worry, I'm going to deliver you. Just keep looking, look unto me. Don't look about what the world is doing, what man says. Don't do that. Look to me. I am going to save you out of this trouble. Me and only me. Raji said, that's so funny. Even your sins be telling on you. Yeah. Stay in truth. That's right. That's right. Don't get carried away with these things of the world. Don't let them dangle all these little carrots, like they say, in front of you, and you jump after it. Don't do it. Gold, silver. What good is it gonna do you? What you gonna do? Pay off Yahweh? No. It's his gold. That's like that be saying that's what the children of Japheth are trying to do to us. Trying to make us pay to get our stuff back. Look, I want my daddy's records. I ain't got time for all that. I want my daddy's records. I'm not paying you nothing. How you gonna steal something out of my house that I gotta pay you to get it back? No. But Yahuwah says, oh my goodness, that was the end. I done turned the page. And I see the Mac. Oh, that is the end of Ezra 4. But that's a good ending, because he's telling you, do this. Do this. Keep all this in mind. Okay, that's the end of Ezra, but we still gonna look up that Azarah thing and try to find out where these 10 tribes are. But remember, we know that they messed up maps, but never, ever, ever let them say the 10 tribes are lost. They're not lost to anyone. They are definitely not lost to Yahuwah, and they are definitely not lost to them. They know exactly who they are. The Ivy League knows exactly who they are and where they are. Don't be fooled by any of that. Let me see. Wait, what time is it, y'all? Are we good? Oh, And so we are going, I know, right, Linda? Stay far away from it. Okay. Yes. Stay in truth. Because it's going to get rougher. It's going to get rougher, especially for the people out there. It's going to get rougher. They are, trust me, they're way more worried. They have no hope. That's why them doctors is popping pills and doing crack. Okay, and so I have no idea what we are doing tomorrow. It may be nothing, or we may come back just to do yes, I turned the page. It was Ezra's over.
Let's pick this up. Give us a week so we can figure out what he wants to read.
Yes. So yeah. So we have no idea what we're going to read next. But usually we take a week off after we finished a book. So you all have a whole week to wait until we read the next book. And so, yeah, just everybody, let's pray. Let's stay in Torah. And with that, because, wait, what is today? Is it Wednesday? Is it the third?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, so the third day of the week. But we'll keep you updated. I know I'm not over Ezra either. So let's keep learning, keep growing, and with that, we are going to Shalom. Shalom, people. Wow.